living in the town of Charter Oak, Iowa say they're worried tonight about a building on Main Street. For years, they've watched that building deteriorate.
In fact, over the weekend, pieces of the building came crashing down. It was all caught on camera. KTIV's Irvin Doman has the story.
Sunday afternoon was a scary sight for some parents here in Charter Oak, Iowa, as a chunk of bricks fell from the building you can see behind me. Now these parents are worried that more bricks may potentially fall, leading to injuries.
It's very concerning, and I can't imagine a little one walking by there and something happening.
That's the concern shared by parents we talked to who wanted to remain anonymous. Another Charter Oak resident, Matt Knowles, says the building has been vacant for years, but the building's current condition concerns him.
And it's a safety issue for everybody that's in Charter Oak. There's some semi-drivers that park their trucks there and lots of kids walk by, and it's just a concern for everybody that walks by, and it needs to be taken care of.
We talked to Marion Nettermeyer, who owns the building. On Wednesday, he was repairing the bricks to try and fix the issue, but the concern from some is still strong. They believe the patchwork is just a temporary fix.
I feel that it's probably far too gone to be saved, and I hate to see what could happen.
It just would be nice before something terrible happens to force a situation to tear it down.
The building has a fence along the sidewalk, but when bricks fell from the building on Sunday, they fell outside the barricade. Concerned community members want Nettermeyer to take action or ask the city to find a way to prevent future problems. In Charter Oak, Iowa, Irvin Doman, KTIV News 4.
Nettermeyer told KTIV he had no comment on the situation, but did confirm that the building is insured.